Alright, this is I think my third garden update. Been here a year, so as of yesterday, this will be the start of my second winter. And as you can see, I'm kind of the only one that's growing anything, although I've let it fall off a little bit. I've kind of burned out. I haven't really stopped eating a lot of this stuff. I was really eating it every day, which is really great. So anyway, playing some specials in honor of Terry Hall, who we found out passed away yesterday. So these are some sweet peas and sugar snaps. They seem to be doing really good. They did really good last winter, so I wanted to make sure I did it again this year. And they didn't do well in summer. I'm not sure why. I live in the flats, that's where Poets Park is, so we have a few different corners where people leave stuff, so to my benefit. So I got these are pieces of a futon, and they work well for me, so that's cool. We got some arugula. That's hanging on from summer, has done real well. And a volunteer potato, I have no idea what kind, but I'm gonna let it go. It's happened before, and I actually got some potatoes off of it. Swiss chard hanging in there from summer. One thing that I noticed, I found out because over by this one, and if you look at this one, it's it looks okay, but it's purple, a little bit purple sometimes. I planted corn right here during the summer, and I found out that corn and Swiss chard don't really go well together, and that when it gets purple like this, at least one of the reasons can be a lack of potassium, because something, either the soil is deficient in that or something next to it is using that. Anyway, so some Swiss chard and more arugula. I planted this stuff maybe too early. It's finally starting to grow now. It's tatsoi, whatever that is. Some kind of Asian green. Probably pretty similar to bok choy, which I like. As you can see, there's salt. I've been using salt as a deterrent for snails and slugs. There's a really bad slug problem here. And so I would just use them like regular iodized salt, but everything that we do here is supposed to be organic. So changed to natural. I don't know, I guess it's not organic, or if it's even any better. It seems to work, but like you can see my bok choy, like it made a comeback, but slugs are really loving that. Some Fioretto. I planted it earlier this year, by maybe a month. It did really well and just took off, so hoping it'll do that. It seems to be like sort of taking its time right at the moment. This purple choy, like I said, slugs are loving that. So anyway, I'm using this salt, and it seems to help, but it's been raining a lot, and so it just kind of washes away. The milkweed that came with the garden plot, it's still trying to produce flowers and leaves. It grew a lot this year, got some really crazy orangey yellow aphids that are not native. And so I tried some soap, some Castile soap, and it kind of messed the plant up. Thankfully, it made a huge comeback, and I saw many caterpillars, and finally the ladybugs came, and it seemed like they made a bigger difference with the aphids. Rosemary bush, always doing well, came with the garden. I planted a lot of lettuce, more than I could use during the summer. So I know not to do that now. I even gave a lot of it away. For my summer crop, I had started actually cutting it at the base, you know. Originally, I was just picking off leaves and stuff, and then I read about just lopping it off and then it would grow back. And so some of the varieties I planted did that really well. This one, it just looks like it wants to bolt now. Although it is growing back. But I feel like maybe lettuce does better in the summer, although I had a crop last winter, but it didn't do as well. And so maybe this is stalling out. I'm not sure.